My son-in-law's ego was too big. Helen Morrison met her son-in-law David. The first time her daughter Karen brought him home to dinner. He was tall and well-dressed. Good posture. Clear eyes. He addressed Helen respectfully and she thought she was going to like him. Then he ordered for the table without asking her. Not rudely. He was smooth about it. He just decided what they were having, named the best dishes, and moved on. He had done the research. His choices were probably correct. But Helen had wanted the soup. She never got to say so. That was the beginning. David was not a bad man. He was devoted to Karen. He provided well. He was reliable and smart. Karen was happier after the marriage than Helen had ever seen her. But David's ego was too big. At holiday dinners he corrected people. Not harshly, but when someone got a fact wrong or offered an opinion he disagreed with. He would set the record straight before the conversation could move on. The family had learned to wait for David to finish before a topic could close. At Helen's birthday dinner, her son Paul was talking about a new business. He was thinking of starting. He was excited about it. He leaned across the table and said, "What do you think, David?" And David told him, at length. The market was crowded. The margins were thin. The timing was difficult. He was probably right. But it was Helen's birthday dinner and Paul had been excited. And after that he went quiet for the rest of the meal. After that evening Helen found David difficult to be around. She mentioned it to Karen, carefully. David is very strong in his opinions. He can be a little hard to talk to. He's just confident, Mom. He's not like that with me. He's like that at the table. He really does try to make a good impression on you. He talks about it. Helen could not square that with what she saw. If that was trying to make a good impression, she was glad he was not trying to make a bad one. Things stayed that way. Holidays were fine. David was capable and present. But Helen felt the edge of him. Then one spring Karen came alone. Just me this time. David swamped at work. Helen could tell something was heavy in her daughter. Karen ate without her usual ease. What is it? Karen set her fork down. Mom, David's company has been in trouble for almost a year. 2 contracts fell through. 1 client went bankrupt. He had to liquidate his own retirement savings to make payroll. Helen stopped eating. He didn't say a word. He made me promise not to tell you. He said you'd worry. He didn't want to put that on you. Helen sat with that. He had not wanted to put it on her. This man who corrected everyone at her dinner table had been quietly protecting her from his worst year. Is that everything? Karen paused. He still thinks about your birthday dinner. The thing with Paul. He came home that night and told me he'd made a mistake. He said he thought you didn't like him. He said he didn't know how to get it right with you. Helen said nothing. His father was very hard on him. Not strict, dismissive. He grew up being told he wasn't good enough. That nothing he did would amount to anything. So somewhere along the way he decided he would never be wrong. He would never be the one who didn't know. That's not confidence, Mom. That's fear. He's terrified of being that kid again. Helen drove home slowly that evening. She thought about what she had been seeing for 3 years. What she had called an oversized ego. It was not ego. It was the scar tissue of a boy who had been told he would never be enough. Hardened into something that looked like arrogance. But underneath it was a man still trying to prove something to a father who was long past hearing it. The next month David and Karen came for dinner. Helen had called Karen the week before. What does David like to eat? Something specific. Chicken soup. Plain. With noodles and not much else. He says it's what he always wanted growing up and didn't get enough of. Helen made the soup the day before and let it sit overnight. When David came in he greeted her the way he always did. Proper. Controlled. Then he saw the soup on the stove. Something crossed his face so briefly she almost missed it. But she saw it. Did you make that from scratch? I did. Sit down. He ate 1 bowl. Then another. He did not say much. He just ate. After dinner Karen stepped outside to take a call. David and Helen sat alone at the table. He said, Helen. She waited. I want to apologize for Paul's birthday dinner. Your birthday dinner. I knew what kind of night it was supposed to be. I talked when I should have listened. I've thought about it a lot. She said nothing. I know I'm difficult. I know that's not easy for you. I want to tell you that it's not who I want to be. I don't know how to be easy with people. I never really learned. Helen looked at her son-in-law. This man who had seemed so large and immovable. David, yes. Your company had a terrible year and you didn't say a word to me. He looked down. I didn't want to worry you. You should have told me. A pause. My father used to say I wouldn't make it. He said it a lot. I believed him for a long time. Then I spent the next 20 years proving him wrong. I don't know how to stop proving him wrong. It runs everything. Helen was quiet. Then she said, do you want more soup? He looked up. He smiled. Not the controlled, polished smile she had seen for 3 years. Something that broke a little at the edges. Yes, please. She got up and filled his bowl. They sat together without speaking. That evening Karen called. Mom, David has been talking about your soup for an hour. He said it tasted like something he never had growing up. He said he doesn't know what you did but he wants to come back. Helen laughed. He's welcome, Mom, thank you. I didn't do anything. You did something. He knows what it was. Helen stood at the window afterward. Spring evening, quiet street. She thought about what she had called his ego for 3 years. It was not ego at all. It was an old wound that had grown large. It had the same shape as pride. The same hardness. The same refusal to move. That was why she had mistaken one for the other. She understood now. It had only taken a bowl of soup. If this story reached you today, perhaps someone in your life seems difficult, proud, always needing to be right. Maybe look one more time. What you see as an oversized ego might be an old wound that never healed. One small act of welcome can change things. If these stories matter to you, please subscribe. We bring you a new one every week from the places where ordinary love quietly does its deepest work.